some random I don't even know who I didn't invite, but just got the link off a friend of a friend of a friend, was in the fucking chat, left their mic on while they were getting down with their like partner of the night.
Oh no!
You know, they had Splendour on the stream, my set on,
going
setting the
down.
mood.
And
Let's
they
go.
were like, yep, they were in the mood. You know, that's what it was.
I don't. My set was pretty hard though. It was like, like that's intense.
so
I'm like,
funny.
Jesus, bro.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Hittin Different podcast. It's been a minute. It feels like it's been a minute, has it not?
It feels like, it's still weekly uploads.
Yeah. Oh, no, weekly uploads. It's just recording, and I can't wear headphones, apparently. But anyway,
He's retarded.
today
He's
we are
doing well.
here with the one and only
Baessia.
Baessia.
Hello.
Welcome. This is like the first
Thank
time
you.
we've had a guest without a live audience. Usually we have like a live audience
that's so awkward.
set up and
Yeah.
stuff
It's
like
alright.
that.
We are an audience.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, finally got you on.
Yep.
Thanks. Sorry about that.
Had some
I had
sickness
COVID.
and shit like that. No, it's not your
sorry
fault.
about
It's
that.
not your
Second
fault.
time.
You can't avoid that.
How
I
was your...
mean, you can, but you can't. You know.
Yeah, no.
It's life.
You
It's
just
life
get
at the
it.
end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
How was your COVID experience? Fun?
This is my second round, so.
Oh, was it actually second round?
Yeah, I'm invincible.
Oh, damn.
She's now superhuman.
Yeah. So
Yep.
watch out.
Yeah, what the hell?
Shit.
Mine
That's
wasn't
it.
too bad when I had mine. Was yours was sweet as well. You were rocked for like 2 days.
I was rocked for
I was dying.
2 days.
Yeah. I was not well.
Yeah, you told me like potentially hospital and shit. I'm like, damn.
My first time potentially hospital. Second
Yeah.
time almost got there, but I was like, I can do this.
You can force it.
You
Yeah.
can make it.
No, I
You
was
can
still
make it
not
through.
well though.
that's
But we
ish.
got there. We're good now.
The body
Yeah, if
sweats.
you had it 2 times, you're sweet.
Surely, yeah. Have you had your booster or anything like that?
No, see, I was literally due for my booster and I got COVID again instead.
Oh,
So it's okay. Your booster, COVID replaces a booster.
Apparently,
So it's
I'm
alright.
just building that immunity up
Of course,
with the
that's
actual
all it is.
disease.
Since from now on, you're free to do whatever you want.
That's fine,
Go
I
wherever you need
guess.
to go.
I just have to. It's like catch every strain kind of thing.
yeah.
Fuck it, mate. Just
No,
be
thank
calm.
you. Touch wood, someone.
Oh, that's
There we
funny.
go.
Before we get into the podcast, though, we'll do the usual plugs.
The plugs.
So at Hittin Different Pod at TikTok and Insta, doing it a bit backwards.
Yes, sir.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on the YouTube channels.
Ding.
And then if you're a Spotify or Apple audio listener, follow us, 5-star review, give us a little rating as well.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much
stars, 5
that.
stars.
Yeah, 5
Yes,
stars
sir.
all the way.
5 stars. Yes, please.
So yeah, you're here.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, what's up?
You live a pretty
Yeah.
busy, full-on lifestyle.
Very.
I'm busy.
Yeah. So if
It's a lot
anyone
of
that
shit.
anyone that doesn't know, she's a DJ.
Yep.
You don't really like do producing and stuff like that, like
No,
pure DJ,
I mean I'm
right?
interested to learn, but I don't really have time.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
I DJ. I will work as a booking and touring agent.
Yeah.
Okay,
For audio packs and also for a couple of other artists here and there, like on the like smaller artists or whatever.
Yeah.
I also do events and like help other people with their events or whatever, and
Kind of helping out.
yeah, and then I also
Yeah.
in my personal life, like I run a cat rescue with my housemate and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a bit later
Yeah,
as well.
just
Damn,
do a whole
yeah.
bunch of that other shit. And I have like like I keep a job amongst also doing music industry
Yeah.
shit. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, COVID.
Yeah.
Got to pay the bills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It'd be
it's
like
not
that.
cheap. It's just,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's busy. I mean, that's why my DJ name was Busy.
Uh,
Or like is AKA Busy, I
DJ
guess.
AKA
Still,
Busy,
but
yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna ask about that because which do you actually prefer to go by these days?
It's like actually good question. So I mean, I think I'm
Yeah.
working it out still. So like Busy to me is my DJ name that I came up with when I was like, really getting into it, and
Yeah.
I had a lot of like huge gigs with that on the flyer, it said like Busy. It was
Yeah.
like with Mr. Carmack, with Places and Faces, with Soul Action, with Bhad Bhabie, with like so many people, even like supporting Kid Laroi on his last like small hometown shit. It was
Yeah.
like me and him on the flyer next to each other with like Busy and the Kid Laroi, and
Yeah.
so that name means a lot to me, and that name means a lot to me in like respect to sets. I think that mean like a lot to my actual sound and what
Yeah.
I actually like. And then Baessia is my Instagram handle, so it's more so I guess like the brand for the public.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's what I consider like my DJ residencies that I might play at like the venues I love to play at. But then I also do get to throw down as busy there sometimes too. Like for instance, at Cliff Dive, it's obviously a commercial crowd, but they just love hip hop, you know?
Yeah.
So I can throw down like a whole old school set of like, you know, DJ's Got Us Falling in Love to like old Dirty South, you know, old Yin Yang Twins, and people are like loving it and shit, and that's vibes to me. That's busy. But Baessia also, I guess, is the more commercial, like the I guess more mainstream. I don't know how to really explain it.
Kind of who you get recognized as.
Yeah, and it's also, I guess, because it's the Instagram handle. It kind of just happened. Like people just started billing me on their lineups as my handle. Instead of my name, and it kind of just went from there. So the people that know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
The OGs know in that sense.
You know, you know.
If you've been there from the beginning.
Exactly. Like, you know, I know if you know, you know. And that's all it is really. So like I'm busy and I'm Baessia, but it depends.
Depends who you feel like being that.
It depends who I am. It depends that, but it also depends like how long you've been on these streets, I guess.
That's fair. That's fair. If they really know you, they know what to put down.
Yeah, I guess, you know, like there's a lot behind that side of the name, but Baessia, I guess, is kind of taken over because of that being, I guess, the online handle.
Yeah, the online.
Busy was taken, like, you know, so even Baessia and Baessia was taken, like my actual name and even my like pseudonym name were all taken.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And I'm like, damn. There's another DJ Baessia actually I found. He's some dude. He like DJs in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, he's like non-stop all the time. He's a busy guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's out here.
I messaged him and I was like, yo, can I have the handle?
Yeah.
But he makes like mad mix art. I'm like, yo, can I use the mix art?
If you want to give me the name, at least give me some of the work, please.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Oh, that's hella funny.
You made us a logo. Thanks, bro.
That's great.
Just take his whole brand slowly, bit by bit.
But Busy was also inspired by there's this producer and DJ called Busy P.
Yeah, right.
And I used to go on this. I used to be a little rave baby. Like I used to go to a lot of like I guess like house, not hardstyle, but like house and party and like just a lot of different like and like techno and different shit like that.
Yeah.
And I went overseas a lot and did like shit like that. And there was a DJ producer called Busy P that he's just like blew my mind every time.
Right.
It was an insane act.
Yeah. And I'm just very inspired by him also as like a younger artist when I was like coming up and listening as a DJ. But now I do hip hop.
Yeah, that's your thing.
That's
now.
okay. You gotta.
I
you
love
do your
hip
own
hop,
thing.
so that's also my heart and soul. Like my
Yeah.
first album was Outkast and Beyonce and also Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. And that's a good mix there.
It's a good little mix there. Yeah, no doubt.
So at the moment, like we said, you're a busy person doing a lot. Is that for you like week in, week out as well? Like pretty much. Do you have like an off time or?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
COVID
really.
was kind of like a forced break.
Yeah.
Sounds so fucked up, but I'm kind of like low key like I think I needed that.
Yeah.
Because it has been, and I'm really thankful that it's been so nonstop, and I'm really really thankful that I've been gigging so much, and I want to keep gigging so much,
it going.
and I want to take on more. So book me.
Book Baessia now, please.
What's up? But like at the same time, it was a needed break because it has been so nonstop. And I do also still do booking and tourings and work as an agent and also have a day job. And so it was like a needed pause.
Yeah. Because the life of a DJ seems pretty fucking
chaotic.
Restless and chaotic. Like you have to be up obviously late because that's when all the fucking partying's happening.
There's a lot on.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm out, like I'm going to be out late.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you know, now that what's great is I feel like, and this is weird to say, but I feel like because of my age now, I can be like, I'm going home, and everyone's like, nah, and I'm like, no, I'm going home. I'm 30, and they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
cut out.
Okay.
Like fuck it. Well, yeah, you can't
then
really
the
fight
peer pressure, they can't. I'm like,
fight
sorry, I'm mummy, bye.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm
just going to bed.
now. I gotta go.
I'm just going home.
What were you gonna say?
I can't remember.
Lost your train of thought?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
I was telling her this in the car.
Yeah.
She was like, fuck this, because we were talking about something in the car.
Yeah.
And we both looked at each other like, wait, what are we talking about?
Legit.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, it's going to be a fun podcast. I'm like, trust me and Luke do that all the
Tangents
time.
and trains of thought gone.
Yeah.
So
they get
go.
lost regularly. That's okay though. They're fun to follow.
When you do your sets though, do you have like any like regime to like how you get ready? Do you do drink? Do you do shit? Like, what do you have to be drunk to DJ? I know
No,
some people
no,
do
no, no,
that.
no.
Yeah.
I was never really. I'm actually. Can we like how much can we talk about like substance and stuff like that?
If you're fine, it's as
If
long as you're fine
if
talking
you're
about
happy
it.
to,
I'm pro weed, so like
Yeah,
legalize
calm.
it.
That's very fair.
Like big ups, like very proudly legalize it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just think it's like a medicinal thing and everything. But yeah, so I was never really like a big drinker. When I was younger, I was more of a smoker.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I've grown up, I guess I've like smoked less or whatever, and it's something that I just do. Like I still smoke or whatever, but obviously. But you know, at the same time, like I now drink, but I didn't when I was younger, and I've been DJing for about 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay,
So when I was, and I just never really handled my alcohol well when I was younger. So I'd be drunk off like 1 or 2 drinks or whatever.
and it just wasn't fun.
And it wasn't good. Yeah. It wasn't like fun drunk. I just feel sick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was never really like a huge alcohol person. That's something that's only really become a thing in like the last year or so. My body all of a sudden was just like shots.
Yeah, shots. Let's do it.
And I'm like, all
Fine,
right,
yeah,
let's go, I guess.
May as
And
well
now
run it,
I'm now I'm invincible apparently because I've
What about
But
the
no, there's
hangovers,
no
though?
like regime. It's just kind of like if I have a gig, I'll try and fit if it's a late night gig, I'll try and fit a nap in.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a night of gigs, then I'll obviously like make sure that I'm prepped for each crowd or whatever. So it's all about making sure like music's ready. I've been DJing for long enough that my USBs and shit usually do have what I need.
Yeah.
It's just about like downloading
some-
new shit
yeah,
or whatever.
things.
If there's
Making
like
sure you're on top of it.
yeah, and just getting like more current sounds that I like or whatever that I want to like that the crowd also likes that I want to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, just getting ready as a chick also, you know, like I gotta beat my face or like one of my friends might come over and help me like do my makeup and hair or whatever, and then I'll prep my music shit and we'll have a little drink and go out. But the good thing about, I guess, being the DJ also is you can kind of like rock up before your set and just kind of like hang there.
Get a vibe for the place.
Get the vibe, drink there. They obviously like most places will like give you drinks.
Yeah, they'll let you in a bit early.
Yeah, I've only really played 1 or 2 events where they've been like, sorry, no, buy your own
really?
drinks. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, I work here.
Not even like 1 or 2 drink cards.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
literally am working here.
Well, and the thing is as well, like you'd be such a contributing factor to the vibe of the place. So if people are fucking with like the crowd and the energy, they'd want to buy more drinks, like more businesses promoted. So
I honestly like I like drinking when I DJ now. It's like it's not something I like avidly do, and I'm not like pro like substances or whatever like that, like in a weird way. But I like sometimes, you know, you have to get on the crowd's level or like you don't have to, but I personally like to sometimes vibe out with the crowd. If I'm mixing like a long set, you know, 2 or 3 hours, like you're up there for a while. And I'll start, you know, I'll be sober at the start of the night. I'll be eating while I'm DJing or whatever, but I might have like a vodka Red Bull too because I'm sleepy and I've been working all day. And, you know, after a couple vodka Red Bulls or whatever, and then you have a shot and then, and then you're just kind of DJing because you're vibing and it's but
do you feel like the music comes off better that way as well?
Sometimes it depends. It really depends on the energy in the room and the crowd. Like if it's I find that when it's like a very male energy, I'm sometimes it depends, but when it's like a very, very male crowd, I sometimes like need like 1 or 2 shots, but then like don't drink through my set and just kind of like keep my wits about me. Especially when there's like a lot of males associated in the behind the scenes of the event or around the decks and stuff because
just like to stay on the shits.
And they're very like hands-on in your space. Sorry. As a female DJ, I don't know, it's weird to get into, but as a female DJ, as a DJ who's a female, which is annoying to say because I just want to say I'm just a DJ.
Yeah, just a DJ at the end of the day.
It's it's frustrating that I have to say it like that, but it's like a lot more like men in your space. Like they'll be like hovering over the decks, touching shit here and there, like might even touch a knob while I'm DJing. And I'm just kind of like,
fuck off.
Really?
Like I've played places where they've got like MCs or whatever and it's cool, but it's different when the MC's right next to you controlling
doing shit,
their channel and your channel at the same time. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally DJing. Don't turn my shit down. If you want to MC, I'll turn your shit up. But like, don't pull my shit down.
Don't fuck with my shit.
It's different shit like that. So it depends. When I'm like around a crowd like that or around a lot of males like that in like the back of the scenes, I like keep my wits around me.
Is like to stay smart.
But there's also obviously like there's a lot of male DJs in the scene and they're all amazing. And so I don't feel that way 100%. When I'm like at an event that's like got a lot of male DJs on the lineup per se because I work with amazing males.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it just depends as well, because if you know them and you've worked with them before, you're more comfortable to kind of let yourself go a little bit more. Whereas
100%.
if it's a roster of people that you're not really familiar with, you're more likely to.
It's 100%. And it's not even like if I'm not familiar with them, but it's like if it doesn't matter if I've met you or not, but like if I know that you're like a professional or whatever, you know, then that's fine, you know. But like there's a different energy sometimes when there's like a bunch of people in the booth or like whatever, you know. It's just kind of like mob mentality, and you're just kind of like everybody needs to fuck off. Like but otherwise, like, you know, I don't mind getting a little rowdy while I DJ.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's just great to let loose after your set and just kind of vibe out. If you don't have other sets to run off to, obviously. But it depends on the night.
Well, that can get kind of tiring, couldn't it? Because I know, like, I speak to a few people, and like a few of them go from like an 8:30 set to a 10:30 set to a 1 a.m. set, and they'll do like 3 different venues in the one night, and just back to back it Friday, Saturday.
That's very common.
And it sounds chaotic at best. Like I don't think I could.
I don't really drink when I'm doing nights like that. I'll like have 1 or 2 vodka Red Bulls through my set to just kind of keep me going.
Energy and stuff.
Sometimes I'll just have Red Bulls, not vodka, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's nights like that. I really do like those nights though, and it's great how much more of those have started back up. Like everyone's really busy again, so it is a lot like
I was gonna
gig
say,
to gig.
I see on your Instagram story, like every weekend you've got like 3 or 4
minimum
gigs minimum booked at all these different places. And
so it is a lot like that.
You're getting busy, and it's really good to see. Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I try not to like overwork myself too much, because I've got so much else on, and I'm not just a DJ. Like I'm also a booking agent, touring agent, and I want to also like do that on an international level, you know?
It's 100%.
I will also DJ when I'm doing that on an international level, you know, overseas once I do make those moves, but my focus isn't to get there as a DJ, if that makes sense. I've always been behind the scenes in the industry, and I only learned to DJ like 5 or 6 years ago, but I've been in the music industry like
a long time
longer than that. So,
and in all that time, you've made connections, and you know people, and you've made friends who, when you go to do booking agent stuff, and you try to reach up to that next level and keep going further with it, you'll be able to kind of reach out to those people and say like, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do.
100%. Yeah, I've got a lot of really supportive people around me, and a lot of really supportive, I guess like companies and like humans and shit like that around me, which is really, really nice. And that's like, and that's not something that's just come off like DJing. Obviously, you know, DJing, I've also met a lot more people or whatever. But that's just something that started off with me as like a baby promoter in the scene or whatever. And working my way up like anybody else did. You just meet a lot of people. And then I started traveling and meeting a lot of like international contacts that way and shit. But yeah, it's kind of nice to have that around you.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's only been 5-6 years. Only, I don't know, it's a good amount of time DJing. But
it seems like quite a while to be DJing. Like
it does. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've had like a nice career so far. I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Well, my question was going to be like, what, you haven't been doing it your whole life. It's not like you've been 7 years old. You've been on the decks. It's been like an aspiration, right? So it was something you did in like your mid-20s or so. So what was the thing during that like phase of your life where you're like, I'm just going to give this a go? Or like, what was that thing?
So it was actually one of my really close friends who I was like dating at the time, but we're just homies now. So he produces and DJs with SR, and he used to run this collective company or this brand, this events company, with some people. And basically they were putting on one of their events, and this was like ages ago. This was like 6 or so years ago, I guess. They were putting on one of their events at like Good Space Gallery and like at the Chipper at Lord Gladstone. And they were like doing a Gladstone takeover. It was ages ago. And I have always kind of like been, I guess, you know, online and like in the scene or whatever, and like in the club scene or whatever. And then we were just hanging out at that point. And I was like hanging out with all his friends or whatever, and their collective or whatever. And he asked me if I'd want to DJ at their party, because obviously he wanted to basically put me on, not only to put me on and like give me the op, but also because like I would bring my friends through, you know, it would bring a crowd, it would bring like a good support for their first event, you know? And I was like, straight up, like I'd like to be booked. I'm not like against being booked as a promo DJ, if you can teach me how to DJ, I'll do it.
If you show me what to do, I'll do it.
If you show me what to do, I'll do it. Like, just teach me how. So he taught me how to DJ, and then I just like, we just kind of like went from there. I just really fucking liked it.
Yeah.
And I killed that set, and people came out and loved it, and it just became like a whole passion. It was something I always wanted to get into, but I just didn't.
Take that leap, I guess.
Yeah, it just freaked me out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It just a lot of buttons and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
if you don't know what it is, it looks really confusing.
Yeah, 100%. And I'd always been behind the scenes. Like I'd worked with, you know, the Ivy and with like all these other clubs for so long, and I'd bartended, and I'd been behind the scenes as a promoter and like all this other shit in the music and club industry.
Yeah.
So I'd always been around DJs, but it was just something that I was just kind of like hesitant to. So
really
when that op kind of came along, I was like, yeah, look, if you straight up want to teach me, then I'll take that op to learn.
Yeah.
And I'll play a set for you. And they even paid me, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is always nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, it just kind of went. And then I got some huge ops and kind of just kept learning. And yeah, it's been.
And here we are. Yeah.
It's been nice. But yeah, shout out to SR for teaching me how to DJ. And now I've been teaching so many people since then.
You've been out here.
He started that little tree.
When you teach someone or when you learn the process of DJing, what is it exactly? Like, is it like you sort of have a taste of music you sort of like and then you try to run with that by, I don't know, like that's why I'm asking. I don't know how. So what is that process?
When I teach someone, it's kind of like, I was actually teaching my girl Nicole last night. She drove me home from that
venue
Nav's
last
Revenge event, for Nav's Revenge in the area. And she came through and we were just chilling or whatever after and like having a little blaze or whatever and talking. And she was like, oh yeah, you said, because we were just talking about DJing and stuff. And I was like, I just need someone to, like, I need a backup DJ so I can go pee when I'm doing like a 3-hour set straight up. Like, I'm like, I need someone to hold the decks down. And she's like, you said you teach me how to DJ. So I was like, all right, well, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, bet.
So it was like 2-something a.m. and I started setting the shit up. And my housemate like was just like, are you, he was like, he didn't give a fuck. We're chill. We've been living there for like 8 years. It was SR. But he was like, are you setting your shit up? And I was like, yeah. She wanted to learn how to DJ. And he was like, all right, cool. And so he just like sat on the couch and like listened. And she was actually really fucking good. But I basically started with house. So I went, house music's really easy to learn with. So I'll start with like kind of going like finding a folder of like 120 BPM, 10 songs, house, same beat kind of shit. And just make them watch my hands and listen without looking at the screen. And I'm just like, just watch and listen. And don't look at the screen. Just watch my hands and listen. And then watch the screen. And then see how it all works if you can jump in. And I literally just kind of throw people in the deep end from there. I stand with them and kind of like teach them what does what and like the high, mids and lows and how to filter and different things like that. How to get certain
sounds and all that type of stuff.
And like how to use the wheels and shit. So but yeah, it's nice to pass that on. I like it. I like seeing my friends DJ because everyone likes music.
Yeah, everyone likes music. It's a universal language. It's
exactly.
like,
it really is,
it's crazy. You could be like Japanese, you could be like Arabic, you could be anything, but like the sound of music and what that like does to people is it's universal. That's what I'm
100%.
saying. Yeah.
I was trying to, so like I showed her a house to start and then I took her into like some hip hop shit. Hip hop's pretty hard to mix with sometimes if you're a new DJ.
Yeah.
So that was a bit overwhelming for her. So I took it back and I went into like some world club shit and like ballet funk shit like that.
Yeah.
And she was like really fucking good.
Yeah,
she was really good. And I was like, all right, like,
you ready?
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get a book.
I got another one. But no, it's nice. It's because it's like I guess music's fucking everyone's universal with that. It's a language everyone likes. And she was like, oh, I want to DJ like my shit. And I was like, yeah, she listens to hardstyle and like K-pop and different shit like that. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll teach you to play with your music. Just bring your music on a USB and
bring it in.
We'll go from there.
We'll get it cooking.
I'll teach you how to play it. And it's nice to be able to do that for yourself. Like make yourself a mix or whatever.
Yeah. That'd be fucking sick.
You know, and just listen back to I've made so many mixes just to listen. Like I made myself a Young Thug mega mix. I love Young Thug so much. So I made myself a Young Thug mega mix. I tried to make myself a Lil Wayne mega mix. But it got too much.
You just couldn't.
It was so much.
There's too much going on.
So many different vibes. And I just didn't know which one to like. But it's nice to make yourself shit like that. So
that would actually be sick.
Yeah.
I've never dabbled in DJing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
If you want to learn, I should start charging.
Yeah. Well, is that a thing? Is there class? I reckon you could do that.
I'm
genuinely.
gonna make a DJ class.
No, genuinely.
Me and my
I think you
housemate will
could.
do it.
Yeah,
Because he wanted to
yeah.
do that too.
Just
So,
set it up.
I need to use his equipment, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, run like a co-business. and
Yeah,
it'll work-
co-business.
it'll
Just
fire.
cut him in on it, and he'll be happy.
Cut me a check. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's good.
Yeah,
He
right.
does it. He brings the equipment. You bring the talent. You know,
No,
you work together.
he taught me, remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
shit.
the OG. He's a
Oh,
Jedi.
far
Yeah,
out.
he's a master.
Is the master man?
Let's not talk about him so much. Cut that all out.
Yeah, that's fine. Send him.
Sorry.
No, that's cool. But yeah, so you said earlier you had COVID, you had it a bit earlier.
Yep.
And on that note, I guess, like lockdown, how was that for you and like your shit?
Yeah, it was fine. I
Yeah.
mean, like, I was basically just home with the one housemate. My other housemate
Yeah.
didn't come home for like a fucking week anyway.
Yeah,
He'd
right.
already not been coming home,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I was like, So I just isolated in the house, you know, live my
Yeah.
life with my cats. And
Yeah.
the cats.
my housemate that was home just kept on testing negative, and I was like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is dragged.
Yeah.
Like why?
This is rigged, bro.
Why is
What
it
the
not?
fuck? Why
is it
me?
not?
Not
Maybe you just got a bougie test.
No,
The
I
test
got a
you was-
PCR also.
Oh shit. Okay. never mind.
Yeah,
No,
he
Like,
kept on doing ratties, kept on coming negative. I was like, this is bullshit.
This
Yeah.
is dragged.
This is cap.
I meant more so, sorry, maybe I phrased it wrong, like your actual lockdown. You know when everyone was down and out for like 7 or 8
months.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh.
That
'Cause I-
was fucking lame.
Yeah. Because for someone like, what you do, it's all based on like human interaction and performing. So
yeah,
like,
very much so.
obviously a lot of people's jobs are out, but like specifically your genre and your type of shit you're doing is literally pure that. And like something I want to get onto is one thing that you did do though was that Splendour in the Grass VR
yeah.
DJ set, and that looked fucking like sick.
That was
How was that
amazing.
for a fucking
So
experience?
that was thank you to Girls on Deck.
Yeah.
GOD, Girls on Deck, is a collective and we're boss ass bitches.
Yeah.
Run by some boss ass bitches.
Nice.
Yep.
And I was put onto there by Dom from Audio Packs, who's my boss at my agency. He linked
Yeah.
me up with them.
Yep.
And kind of connected me with them, and now I DJ with them all the time.
Oh,
And
shit.
Yeah, lit.
That's
they
always
give
good.
me ops too, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I love throwing down for them too. It's so fucking fun. So yeah, that was crazy. We basically, so that was like the start of lockdown. We filmed it like just as the restrictions were coming in. So I
Yeah.
remember we went to the studio. There was like like this prop studio place that we went, and everyone filmed their sets, and it was just
Yeah,
like
right.
us girls there with the studio team.
Yeah.
And then lockdown was basically announced that weekend, and then we were like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
Shit. Yeah.
What do we do? And we had to finish recording our sets, and we got like an exemption or whatever to like go do that.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing was like cleared or whatever to like be finished up. But yeah, it went straight from that into like the months of lockdown.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of, there was a lot, I guess, changing at that time. I moved house, and then that was actually aired on my moving house day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
So it was a bit chaotic.
Yeah.
But
So is it not live, the VR thing?
no, well, I mean, it was live. Like, that was all filmed in the one thing live,
Yeah.
and there's no edits or anything.
Yeah, but like there's no live audience engagement, I guess, right? So when someone got
In
their
a
Splendour
sense,
ticket,
but there is. So, so when you bought a Splendour XR ticket, I think it was like $50 or some shit.
yeah, around there.
And you got like a 3-day pass to the online, like
Yeah.
the login and the access or whatever. And it was like a whole VR world if you had the computer capability
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
So I think MacBooks weren't compatible, so that was annoying. Hang on one sec, I have to cough.
That's cool.
Sorry,
That's fine.
No stress.
long COVID.
Oh no.
Anyways, so I'm testing negative, but the side effects remain.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be like that.
But yeah, so there was still kind of crowd interaction. So even though there was, obviously it wasn't live in front of an audience.
Yeah.
My set was still recorded live, and then it was still aired on the, days live with people there in VR.
Yeah, right.
So I was, for instance, I had a few logins, and I gave them to a few homies, and then I basically made a few big group chats.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, here's a link to a Discord. There's going to be like 2 separate streams from this Discord of like people who have the VR capabilities
right.
Yeah.
to walk around the festival, and we're all just going to like be with them via the Discord stream, and we can direct them and talk to them and shit, and we'll like basically be the one person together in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of just got bigger and bigger. Like people sent the link out, and then like
got shared around,
and then like more people like bought tickets and logged in because they wanted their own VR people because you could like dress up in there and shit. Yeah, it was like a whole little VR.
I saw some
world.
of the people from your old Snap stories that were promoting the thing, and they look funny. They've got some interesting hacks.
People were like dressed up and funny in there.
Yeah.
There was like one avatar that we were being, and we like it was just this weird ass avatar, and we gave it like giant titties, but put it in like boxer shorts. And then someone was like assaulting our avatar at one of the sets, like just getting really inappropriate without consent. And we were like, "Yo,
it's daunting up.
This is not okay." And it was just a lot of funny shit. And then someone in the group chat on the Discord left their mic on. I don't know if I can say this.
Oh no.
Oh well.
No, it's fine. Funny story.
Bad,
It's typical festival behavior, but I think it's in like one of my Instagram posts anyway on like the Splendour recap. But some random I don't even know who I didn't invite, but just got the link off a friend of a friend of a friend was in the fucking chat.
Yeah.
Left their mic on while they were getting down with their like partner.
Oh no.
You know, they had Splendour on the stream, my set on,
going
setting
down.
the mood.
And they were like, yep, they were in the mood, you know, that's what it was.
My set was pretty hard though. It was like, like that's intense.
So
I'm
funny.
like, Jesus, bro. And,
That's great. That's great.
How do you know, I was gonna say, how do you know, but you know, like when you hear it,
you know.
you know.
I actually missed that part because I was literally moving house that day, but then I logged back into the chat at one point and I saw everyone being like,
talking about it.
Turn your mic off. Turn your mic off, bro. Turn your mic off, bro. And I'm like,
crazy.
what did I miss? And then like I got filled in. I was like, wow.
Damn.
That's crazy. Well, like another artist, DJ specifically on this kind of vibe is Steve Aoki.
Steve Aoki.
Do you know much? Follow him at all?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing like that?
It's just my old rave days. I used to love Steve
Oh,
Aoki.
yeah. I love
Cake
Steve
in the
Aoki.
face and shit like that. Yeah, I loved that shit.
But I was just listening to a podcast of his recently, and he was saying like how he's gonna be doing a lot more of these like Metaverse DJ-esque things.
Oh yeah.
And he was just talking about how he sets and he's gonna line them up. And one of the things he was talking about is doing like a virtual cake throw in one of his things. But like the cake throw, you know, he was saying he's used to throw like 10 cakes a fucking show. So at minimum, he was throwing like, I think he calculated like 300 to 400 cakes a year. Just fucking
such a
pegging
waste
them.
of cake.
Yeah, it's so much cake, and apparently they have like
cake wasted.
Yeah, well, apparently it's not real cake. Apparently it's
It's just like cream or something.
Yeah, no, it's made to be more.
Is it edible?
Made to be. Yeah, it's edible,
Good.
but it's just made to be more
Good,
explosive. Yeah.
Imagine he's just throwing like fucking
Chemicals in our
Just shit.
faces.
Yeah,
everyone's like
shit.
yummy.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
I got caked, yum.
Yeah, eats it, just passes away. This is dying in the
terrible.
crowd.
Shit.
It's fucked up. But
That's
yeah.
funny. 300 to 400 cakes a year. Go off, Steve
Yeah.
Aoki.
Well, I remember I went to a festival and he was at it. Festival X. It was in Sydney. Like,
yeah.
2 years ago.
Festival X was
And he was
dangerous.
performing, and I saw the cake come up, and I was so annoyed because I wanted to be there for
You
the
wanted to-
caking, and I was like 20 meters off to the right. And
You
I was
wanted
so
to get
pissed.
caked,
Yeah,
eh?
I did. Imagine
Wow.
saying that though, isn't that?
Yeah,
a lit
Steve
thing to
Aoki
say?
caked me.
Yeah, I got caked by Steve Aoki.
missed out.
I did, unfortunately. All right, we'd like to take a quick break to mention a word from our sponsors. Splish Splash, I was taking a bath and I noticed I have beautiful balls. Our friends at Manscaped, the global leaders in below the waist hygiene, are turning men's shower dreams into their favorite routine with the all-new Ultra Premium collection.
This all-in-one hygiene skin and hair bundle is designed to upgrade the everyday man's shower routine from head to toe. Your skin, hair, and balls deserve this. Save big by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code HDPOD.
So let me take you through a little walkthrough of the Manscaped shower routine. Step 1, we lather on the cologne-infused Ultra Premium body wash with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean and moisturized all day.
Step 2, it's hair care time. Apply the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner that cleanses and nourishes in one step. The non-greasy formula has a base of coconut water, green tea, aloe turmeric, and sage. Apply this to your armpits and pubic region too.
Step 3, once you hop out of the shower, protect yourself from body odor by applying on the Manscaped aluminium-free deodorant. This deodorant dries clear and is also cologne-infused.
Step 4, have tattoos or dry skin? Let's hit your skin with the hydrating body moisturizer spray.
And step 5, apply the Manscaped lip balm. This is a free gift when you purchase the Ultra Premium collection.
Yes, sir. This new bundle will change your life, and I want all my listeners out there to live their best lives.
No kizzy. So get 20% off plus free shipping with the code HDPOD at manscaped.com.
That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code HDPOD at manscaped.com.
It's time to get wet and clean with your new Manscaped shower routine.
Bars.
And back to the program. But
He still doing shows and throwing cakes in his shows.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Wow, there's still an opportunity.
Yeah, still an opportunity. Well,
don't give up the dream.
Yeah, I'm not.
One day soon.
I want to travel, right?
Yeah.
I haven't done much travel. I want to travel. I want to go to the fucking crazy festivals around the world and all that.
Yeah.
And I know you have. You're a big travel girl. You love going to your festivals and stuff like that.
Where have you gone, if you don't mind me asking?
Not like everywhere.
Not
I like
everywhere.
America, yeah. You've been going there
I've been to
heaps.
America a lot. I should go to the UK, but I haven't made it over there. Yeah, but I intend to. But America, Israel, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Oh, wow.
A lot of America and Israel there.
Just a lot of America. Whereabouts in America do you really kind of...
When I was younger, I used to go on this festival called Holy Ship.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out Ship Fam, shout out Holy Ship. But basically that was a big part of like my younger years. And it was like a festival cruise that left Miami and went around the Bahamas for like 3-4 nights or whatever. And it was like all your favorite DJs or whatever and producers and artists. And one year the special guest was Pharrell. But I basically like made friends there and then just kind of like went around to where everyone was from. So like I'd go back every year and I traveled a lot more widely when I was younger. Like I went to Texas, I went to Vegas, I went to Cali, I went to New York. I went around quite a bit. The last few times I've gone, I've basically just done like LA and New York. Or like just some main spots that I need to hit up or whatever.
Yeah, just to see the people you need to see in a
sense.
But
it's become like, I guess, a lot more like planned and shit than it used to. When I was younger, I just was kind of like traveling.
I
was just vibing.
Just go and wing it.
Yeah, I was young, I was enjoying it, whatever. And now it's like there's more intent to why I'm going every time, you know? So it's like, okay, I'm going to be there for 2-3 weeks. I need to do this, and this or whatever. But I also want to hit these festivals or whatever. Yeah.
What are some like festivals you've been to over there, like more prominent, like your favorite ones,
One of my favorites, probably Camp Flognaw is like my favorite. I love Camp Flognaw so much.
So what's that one?
Camp Flognaw is Tyler, the Creator's festival.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Tyler, the Creator, created a festival called Camp Flognaw, and it's like a carnival-themed festival.
Damn.
So it's got like carnival rides and like games and shit.
Yeah.
It's like really cool. It's very Tyler. It's very very Tyler. And there's like mad decorations everywhere, like flower boy shit everywhere, big art installations. And the lineups are fucking crazy.
Is this a recurring thing he has like every year?
It used to be, yeah. I think the last one was like pre-COVID. I was at I think 2019 or 2020 was the last one. I was at the last one. But the evolution of it's just been crazy. I went back every year for it. I also really love ComplexCon. That's not a festival. It's more like a convention weekend. Run by Complex.
And what does that entail?
And it's like music and fashion and arts.
In like a big hall thing? Or is it
in like
open?
A huge convention center with like a festival room attached or whatever. So I've seen like Young Thug perform there, and then I've seen like some of my favorite more underground rappers like Cody Shane perform there. I met Tyler Yahweh and shit before he was on the come up. I've met a lot of people there. I saw Danny Lay perform there when she was like only had My Little Baby on the charts or whatever. And she was just walking around singing that at different booths, like very low key. I literally like met Jaden Smith there. Like it's a very cool open space because it's Jaden Smith had his clothing brand with a booth there. It's like all these brands, but because it's LA, it's like the creative scene there is like huge. I mean, so your favorite celebrities are part of the creative scene or whatever. So that's a really cool kind of festival too, because it's kind of like a weekend of, I guess, seeing all of that.
Seeing and meeting as many people as you possibly
and buying
can.
different shit and exclusive drops and cool panel talks with like your idols on the panel or whatever.
See what they think about life.
Yeah, like everything from like musicians to like sports stars and shit.
What was it called again, sorry?
ComplexCon.
ComplexCon. Damn.
Yeah, so that still happens every year.
Yeah.
That's usually around the end of the year, like December time.
Yeah, damn.
And then Camp Flognaw is usually around the same time.
Yeah.
But
shit.
Yeah,
so
great.
Did you try and time your
also Rolling Loud's fun?
Rolling Loud.
I really want to go Rolling Loud and Coachella. They're like two I really want to go.
And Holy Ship, like that's where I started.
Do they still have that running?
It doesn't. So it's not Holy Ship anymore because it got bought, I think, by Insomnia or someone.
Yeah, right.
But then Destructo, the dude who runs it, he's this producer, and he runs Hard, which is an events and like music company.
Yeah.
He like Hard LA and all those festivals are his festivals and shit. He started another one called Friendship.
Okay, yeah.
He loves the puns. Yeah,
He likes that. Yeah, he
because
likes
Holy
it.
Ship was bought out, I guess, and so he couldn't use that.
yeah.
But the following that he had on Holy Ship, we're loyal.
Yeah.
And what he's built there is a beautiful fucking thing.
Yeah.
And like, it's a big crowd of like thousands of people or whatever that buy
though.
tickets to this cruise ship, but we'll buy.
Yeah,
you
people
know?
will buy it, regardless
And like,
of
it's
what it's
always a
named
crazy
under.
fucking lineup and crazy opportunity to hang out with your favorite people or whatever. So yeah, that started up again as Friendship. That's something I actually want to do next year.
Well, I'd love to. So I'm going traveling at the end of this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And one thing someone was talking about on the side as well was doing some sort of cruise, and we didn't know like how it was.
Do Friendship.
Well, like that just sounds like
wait,
the perfect.
what kind of
ideal.
music are you into, like, to go see? Because it's very much so like rave culture. Like it's like house music, dance music, like
I'm down with
party
that.
shit.
Yeah, I'm
Party
down
shit.
with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We like to
because
party.
I didn't know.
We like to party.
We like to
Let's
party.
go.
I didn't know that was a fucking like a thing, like music fucking cruises. Like everyone was talking about comedy cruises or like.
Well,
you just
they're
go
on
to
party cruises,
like a
Nah,
party.
Friendship is iconic.
yeah.
Holy Ship was like a huge part of my, like, I guess what
So
carved me into like wanting to work in music and shit.
how big's this boat?
Big.
Like
Like
big,
big.
like
Yeah, it has to be
cruise
fuck off
liner?
you.
Like big, like
Shit.
like big, like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many rooms, like so many floors of rooms. Like you'd be like, I'm in room 178932 or whatever,
Yeah,
and someone would be like, I'm 4 levels below you on this room, and then like you're at a stage on one side of the ship, and it takes you ages to get to
The other side.
other-
It's a proper.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a proper
It's
cruise
a
line.
big,
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
huge ass
big,
cruise
big
ships
cruise
that they
liner.
just use for festivals.
How much is like
basically.
the fee for that?
I think Holy Ship
roughly,
was
yeah.
like chaos. So I
No
wanna
way.
say.
For accommodation, obviously.
Well,
and
because
being
when you
there.
think about it, it's like 3-4 days on a cruise ship, so your
That's so good
accommodation and
though,
food
yeah.
is all paid for.
That's crazy.
For like a party or holiday, you've got your and because you've got the buffet 24 hours on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So
You
your
just
food and
pull
accom
up.
Say
sorted.
less.
less.
I'm going
It's sold,
out
it's
there.
sold, it's
What are you
sold.
paying
I'll
for
come with you
except for
next
your
time.
food and whatever
Yeah.
else you need? Not your food, sorry, your flights and whatever
Yeah,
else you need
yeah,
along
yeah.
the way, you know?
Yeah, realistically.
Fucking hell.
It's not too much.
Whereabouts that based in America?
That one will... Holy Ship went out of Miami. I'm not sure about Friendship. I think like it might do the same.
Yeah.
Goes out from like Fort Lauderdale in Miami, or Fort Lauderdale in Florida,
Yeah.
and then which is like near Miami or in Miami, and then goes around the Bahamas. Or that's what Holy Ship did. I need to double check exactly what the new Friendship does.
We can fact check it.
But yeah, I'm fucking keen because
Yeah. Well,
It's crazy. Yeah.
on this note of America and stuff like that, you are potentially looking to move out there, aren't you?
Yes, I've been saying this since I was like 2021, and then
Yeah.
COVID kind of was just kind of like a just do it kind of situation.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
May
just
as
kind of
well.
been like a big wake up, and I'm just kind of like, why aren't I? You know, nothing really, without being rude, and I love my city so much.
Yeah.
But like nothing's really going like to change hugely. You
Yeah,
know,
not anytime soon anyway.
If I go away for a year and come back, it's not going to be the biggest deal.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Yeah, like Sydney's not gonna forget you in that
No,
sense.
exactly.
Like,
I
yeah,
mean,
you'll
it's
still
gonna
be able
still
to come
it's still
back
gonna be
and-
trucking when I come back. You
Yeah.
know, like it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the and you know, COVID kind of was like a shake where I was kind of like, well, what if I can't do it at one point because the
Yeah.
world locks down
Yeah.
or some fuck shit happens?
Yeah,
you know, there's another fucking virus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
who
there's
knows,
something else
honestly,
out
yeah.
there.
who
or
knows what's next?
World War these days. or
Literally,
some
the world's
shit.
about to
Who-
end.
Yeah.
So
Who
like, why the
knows?
fuck not?
Yeah.
Who
So,
knows anymore?
yeah, I just basically I'm going back there for Rolling Loud in July, and then I'm only going there for a few weeks when we come back. But I'm looking into visas at the moment.
Yeah.
So I can maybe start with like 6 months there at some stage, and then
Yeah.
go from there.
Do you know people out there you can just homestay at for a bit until you figure it out? Or you're
I have
just
a lot of
gonna
really good people around me,
I assume
so
so, yeah.
I'm really lucky in that like the years that I've been going. I mean, I'm 30 now, and I've been going there since I was like 21.
Yeah.
So in like the years that I've been going, I've made some amazing friends, and
Yeah.
I'll have places and people that will support me along the way,
Yeah,
which I'm really
yeah.
grateful for. But I
That's
also
really
don't
good.
expect anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it's like I'm self-sufficient, but at the same time, you know, if it comes to it, I know that there are people there that
Yeah,
will hold me down
100%.
if I need it,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
that's
really
it.
important.
Yeah, 100%.
I would never want to move there without, I think,
plan.
having that.
Yeah, you'd always
because-
want to plan.
Yeah, and also like I mean, I'm one who like travels a lot solo and stuff, and I've lived solo before and shit too, but I'm also a very extroverted person, and I like
Yeah.
having people around
Same
me.
as me.
Yeah,
When-
so
When him and I moved out, like a while ago, I referred to outside. I was by myself for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Oh, not that long. Maybe 2-3 months.
Yeah, maybe
sorry.
2-3. Yeah.
Feels like longer, right?
Feels so much longer. You just go into, for me, I was going insane. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you'd go out and still do things, but like a lot of your time still, you're at home. You know what I mean?
Just relaxing.
And like, it's not even like for me, sometimes I don't need to have a conversation with you every time I'm there, but like just having presence of people there.
Yeah.
I don't know why during that time was just something I needed. So
Yeah, no, 100%.
yeah.
Even if it's just a body in the room and you're
Yeah,
both doing your
exactly.
own thing, you don't need to be
Yeah.
interacting.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
having people around sometimes.
Yeah.
So without being able to kind of have that to fall back on, I didn't want to like move there at a too young age or anything.
Yeah.
100%. You wanted to establish yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, but like
before you go
I've
over.
got it. I've gone there enough over the years and met enough people that I've made friendships and connections.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think if you went over, you could get a decent run of shows?
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Like, do you think if you went over, you'd be able to pick up?
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm. I feel like manifestation is everything. So I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
I'm sure. Like I'm pretty confident in my skills. Without sounding like arrogant or anything. But
I can
you know,
say, I can say firsthand, you're a good DJ.
Yeah,
like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, like
Very good.
it's,
Yeah.
it's you put on good sets.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so I mean, I'm confident in that I could kind of do that. It's yeah.
It'll literally just be a matter of time. It'd be
It's just a matter of also getting yourself out there.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
know?
Once you get yourself out there, it's just gonna happen. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
And it's
Yeah.
about, meeting people and like going from there too.
Yeah.
And I'm a sociable enough person that I kind of have confidence in.
to just go to whoever. And
Yeah, like I
make
used
friends.
to travel a lot solo when I was younger.
Yeah.
So that's how I made all those friends or
Yeah.
whatever. And it kind of just goes from there.
yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
something different. I don't think I could do. I don't think I could travel solo. It's not like. I don't know why. Like, if I had more of a purposeful thing, like you went for your festivals and shit, right?
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah.
really like go out there for no reason.
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think if I had something, maybe I could. But
I went
like,
out there with a plan. Like my
Yeah.
first year I went there, I went on Holy Ship and then I went to BPM Festival in Mexico.
yeah.
And then I like traveled around to some people's houses that I met at those
Yeah.
festivals and
Yeah.
then I went home.
Yeah.
And then from there, the next years, I was like, oh, I know all these people now. I can go to these places.
Talk to these people.
Go hang out with
yeah.
these people. Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
can go to Texas. I know people there. Now I can go to New York. I know people there. Like
Yeah.
shit like that. So yeah,
No, it's cool.
but it goes from there, and then traveling solo becomes easier because you're basically just meeting up with friends in
on the
every
other
city.
side.
like,
Yeah.
So
That would be sick.
It's crazy.
Back to a random note though.
Oh.
You were saying it earlier. So you performed under/with Bhad Bhabie and Kid Laroi. How were
Yes.
those experiences?
amazing.
Yeah.
So the Kid Laroi show was hella small. That was at the Vault.
Yeah,
That
right.
was like
damn.
a while ago. I think like 3 years ago.
He would have been like
Yeah.
what, 16 then or something. He would have been really young.
No, I don't know.
Because he's only like 18 now.
How old is he now?
I think he's only like 18.
Come on, Google
I
it.
don't have. I don't have my thing on me.
My
Hey,
phone's over there.
Bixby.
Oh,
How
here we
old
go.
is the Kid Laroi?
The Kid Laroi is 18 years old.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go.
18.
All right, thanks, Bixby.
She's got some fancy ass phone.
Yeah, I was just looking at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's nutty.
For anyone, for audio listeners, obviously, if you're a viewer, you can see this, but she's got a
I'll show the viewers.
yeah,
Chop.
like a fold out Samsung touch phone.
Yo, that's gas.
It's crazy. So the screen bend and all.
Yo, you can
Yeah.
bring back
And,
the dramatic.
I got Doja Cat doing a little dance for
Dance.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love Doja Cat.
Doja
Me
Cat's
too. She's
goated.
my
Yeah.
queen.
But yeah, 18. He's 18.
He's 18.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess he would have been hella young.
Yeah, 15 or so. Yeah, it's fucking
Some
crazy.
shit. Yeah, that I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was
Far
good though. He played like unreleased shit. It was cool.
Yeah.
And it was a low key show. You know, it was before. It was like big.
Before
big.
he really
Yeah.
blew.
Yeah, he was like on the pop off. He was with that was when he was on tour with Juice WRLD here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that was actually the after party to their Juice WRLD show.
Oh, fuck. Did you meet
okay.
Juice at all? Or
No,
like around him at
he
all?
didn't make it to the party.
I didn't make it. Yeah,
No.
fair enough.
So sad.
Yeah. Were you a
Wish
big
he had
Juice?
made it to the party. I was,
Yeah, that would have been
fuck,
cool.
Yeah, I love Juice
You love
WRLD.
Juice WRLD?
I
Yeah,
love Juice
yeah.
WRLD,
Same as
yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, his death fucked a lot of people.
Fucked everyone
yeah.
up. I'll be honest.
It was sad.
It was a rough time. RIP.
But yeah, no, it was sick performing with Kid Laroi, and
Yeah,
also fucking
hometown hero, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm fucking proud of that kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. I used to live around Waterloo too, so it was like kind of
Around
nice
Redfern
seeing
and
him
shit
come
like
up
that.
from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just seeing someone local.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, and when No Jumper came down, like I was
Yeah,
living
I'm
around
from too.
there, so it was like nice to see him showing No Jumper the area.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like Adam 22 and shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
So yeah, it's nice. Good guy. It was a mad experience. And Bhad Bhabie was a sick experience.
Yeah.
I love rap. I love rap shit. I
Yeah.
love female rap. Any female identifying rap I love
Yeah.
so much. That's like maybe like my favorite genre, I want to say.
Yeah.
But I love Bhad Bhabie. I've always loved Bhad Bhabie ever since her fucking Maury days. Like, Catch Me Outside.
Catch Me Outside.
Yeah. That was some shit. I was like, you ratchet. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
But I love that shit. And she was so unapologetically her, even if it was like PR or whatever the fuck.
Whatever it was.
When I met her IRL, I was scared of her.
Yeah. A bit intimidating.
Genuinely, I was like, I have a photo with her. It's in like one of my highlight reels on Instagram if you follow me.
Yeah.
But I have a photo with her where I'm like standing with like my hands behind my back.
Oh, really?
So awkward in the photo. Like my like feet are like close together. My feet are like close together and shit. And like I look at the photo, I'm like, lol. I was legit like intimidated. And she was like some 17-year-old at the time.
Did you speak to her much though?
A little bit, but she was quite like I don't want to say she was rude. She wasn't. She was really nice. She was lovely, but I was just intimidated. She just got like a big energy. She's got big dick energy, and I appreciate that. But I was intimidated of it at the time. I wouldn't be intimidated these days. I feel like would be girls.
You'd match it.
I'd
be like, let's go, Bhad Bhabie, let's go.
Is she even still making music right now?
I was young back then. Bhad Bhabie pops off. She was on that that like 22 song. What was it? It was,
what is it? I don't know.
I think I remember hearing about it coming out.
It was like that. It kind of got big on TikTok a little bit. She's like, oh no, tripping for no reason. I don't know.
I'll be honest, I'm not on TikTok that much.
But it's pretty. It's like a SoundCloud rapper kind of vibe.
Shit.
It's nice, but she's been doing some. She's like sing rapping in it, like in a really nice little voice, like
trying to hit the melodies and stuff.
It hits though. It's nice. It hits.
I remember when we used to get drunk and we used to play Gucci flip flops.
Gucci flip flops.
Bhad Bhabie goes up. I still drop Bhad Bhabie in my sets. There's some good Bhad Bhabie. Like she made fucking.
She really
makes
did.
bangers.
Yeah,
she makes bangers. Let's not deny
it.
I actually met the kid Laroi at the Bhad Bhabie show.
Oh, okay,
really?
Yeah, so he was there as a fan actually because he was a Bhad Bhabie fan.
No way.
Yeah,
was it before or after?
I don't know, bro. But he was hella young and he was there with one of his homies because it was an all ages show.
Yeah.
And I DJ'd and I was walking through the crowd after my set and him and his friend were like, "Hey, your set was really good."
No
he was
way.
so nice. And I was like, "Oh, hey, mad." I remember meeting him there.
Yeah.
But yeah, my fucking, because my housemate at the time was there too. He remembers that too. He was like, "Oh yeah, Laroi was at that show."
Wow.
But
Laroi showed love.
I mean, obviously being like a young rapper, it's inspiring. Doesn't matter like who they are. It's inspiring seeing another underage rapper touring internationally.
Yeah.
You know, you want to go see how that shit goes.
Yeah, for sure. No, I get that.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time.
Might be a Bhad Bhabie fan,
decent,
you know? Maybe he's just scoping the scene out.
Maybe fair
he's
enough.
out here.
I started DJing though. Do you have like future goals and aspirations? A random one that interested me. You said so. I went to pick her up today, and she said to me like,
"Hey,
hey,
house."
Yeah, I have a lot of cats, and I was like, fair enough.
There are.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I have like a lot of cats. I'm like, oh really? And she's like, yeah, we got some cat rescue things. And they were talking about, I don't know how serious it is, a potential cat cafe.
Yeah.
That would be.
I can't talk about how many cats are in the house on the podcast because there's only one on the lease, so you'll need to cut that. There's only one. There's only one in the house.
Don't know what cats you're talking about.
There's no cats.
Yeah, but so I do actually rescue cats with my housemate on the side. We're like looking into opening a cat cafe in the future, but that might be like a few years down the line.
Nothing too soon.
It's not like an immediate thing. I want to move overseas for a bit. I want to do my shit. I'm still going to be working as an agent and shit, but that's just a good business to have as an adult on the side.
Yeah.
And also, he's like cat man, so like he would fucking froth working there full time.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a cat person, you know.
You're not.
I hate them. Like I
actually don't mind cats.
I love
I'll
one
be
cat.
honest.
I can love one cat at a time for some reason.
One cat.
I hate plural. I love a cat. When there's multiple, for some reason, it's
Lucky
just,
he didn't come inside the house.
Nah, it's just too much for me. I don't know what it is. I think I've had like a traumatic experience when I was younger.
No, cats can be rude though.
People say that, but then they meet my cats and they're like, "Wow, your cat's so nice." I'm like, "Yeah," because I don't know what you'll be doing to your cats and why they're rude, but like, stop abusing your cats.
I got
be nice to animals.
I got violated by my auntie's cat when I was younger.
Your auntie probably violated her cat.
So maybe that's why. Maybe
it's a
that's
cycle,
why.
Bro.
Because I was walking out of bed one morning and she had a hallway and there's like a couch at the end of the hallway with like into the room you walk out of. And as I've walked out of the fucking hallway, this cat jumps on and leeches onto the front of my like face and everything.
You've been
Starts
scarred.
And I was like
scratching
8 or 9. I was screaming. I was like trying to rip this shit off through it. And then honestly, ever since then, I just haven't had the biggest like fucking fun.
Well, that's
you just
fair
don't want
enough.
to go
That's
near
fucked
cats.
up. That's some traumatic shit.
It was a huge cat as well. It fucks me up. It fucks my shit up.
What did
So,
what happened to have that
cat?
happen?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And it's not like I did anything wrong. I just woke up and I was trying to get like my day started. And
I'm just trying to get my life on. I'm like 9 years old
and
here.
the cat's fucked me up.
That's crazy. Wow, I'm sorry for your face having to experience that.
You're apologizing on behalf of the cats.
Yeah, I'm apologizing on behalf of the cat community. Fuck, man. No, but that's just like a side thing.
Side thing. But it'd be a fun side thing for sure because I love the idea of like specific niche cafes, restaurants kind of thing because they have a I love sloth. I'm a big sloth person.
Okay.
And in South America,
like sloth, the animal.
Yeah, the animal. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, it's my favorite animal.
All right.
And they have a sloth cafe in somewhere in South America or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'd love to go there one day.
All right, well,
I want to hold a sloth one day, and I feel like that would.
It's gonna be a
place.
cat cafe, not a sloth cafe. But
Well,
I don't think sloths are legal.
No, they're not legal here.
yeah.
No,
Really? They're not legal at all?
not in Australia.
As a pet, no.
No.
Can't open a sloth cafe.
Yeah,
That's
no,
whack.
not in
That's
Australia.
illegal, brother.
Yeah.
Whack. What if you get a
We don't
license?
have- No.
I need to get a license for sloth.
I want to
Yeah.
get a license for my sloth, you know.
You know,
No.
there's no such license.
Yeah.
There might be. I could be talking absolute shit.
Maybe.
No, I looked into it in Australia
looked
anyway.
into it.
I'm right then.
You can't get
I'm
a
always-
sloth.
the research.
There we go.
You can't. But no, I meant more so not the sloth thing, but like the niche of having like a. Like
a
if
funky
people love
cafe.
cats, for instance, like yourself, and
Yeah.
other people obviously love. I know one girl loves cats, has like a million of them for
One
no
girl.
reason.
There's many girls that
There-
love
That love
cats.
cats, but I know one specifically.
He knows his
Yeah,
one
I know there's
specific.
one as well, similar. That would probably come there all the time because that's their thing they love, you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool.
People come over just to hang out with my cat sometimes.
Yeah,
Like, can I see the cats? I'm like, all right.
yeah. Fuck
Tim
it.
don't even want to
Do
say
you have
me.
names for all of them?
Huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's named. What do you mean?
Alright.
I actually know.
Oh.
The rescues, not all of them are named because, like, we're not trying to get attached to all of them, you know?
Because you got to
They
give
gotta
them
go there in
away.
rotation. They're not mine.
Damn.
Damn.
So what, you
Getting
just give them
their
like cat
lives
1,
up.
2, 3, 4.
Cat, other cat, other cat too. Nah.
Fat cat, skinny cat.
Most have names, but not all.
You got any funky names for your cats?
Oh.
Funny
Or
names?
they like generic, like Peter and Tom?
Nah,
and Henry?
like there's like
She
a
give 'em,
mix.
like-
So there's like this cat Bambi whose name
Lit.
was Gambino because he was named
after
after Childish Gambino.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then we were told he was a girl,
Oh.
so we changed his name to Bambi. But then we were told he was a boy.
Oh, so now what?
So then we were like, okay, but
Childish.
Gambino. But then he'd already gotten used to being called
Called
Bambi.
Bambi.
Yeah.
So he's a mix of two names.
What a
It's just-
confusing life for him.
Yeah, he's all right. He's
That's
doing
fine.
okay.
Yeah, he's killing
He's
it.
a happy boy.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
He's living his best life.
Yeah.
And
he's
then
fine.
any other funky names?
Jeffrey's named after Young Thug.
Jeffrey.
Is that Young
If you know,
Thug's real
you know.
name? Yeah,
No,
I didn't
well,
know.
I don't know if it's his real name, but you know how Young Thug had that whole Jeffrey phase?
No, I don't recall that, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know.
Young Thug
yeah.
fans know.
Yeah, Young Thug fans
Telling
know.
you,
Not me, my
I have
bad.
that Young Thug mega mix for
Yeah.
my own pleasure in
Yeah.
my bank. Like,
Damn.
I love Thugger, so Thugger, if you see this,
If you
Yeah.
see this,
I love you. Beautiful Thugger girls. Can I be one? Like,
Yeah.
can I be one?
But yeah,
please?
so my cat Jeffrey's named after Thugger because he's a bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
But he's also hella chill.
Nice.
If you know him, he's chill, but otherwise
Yeah.
he's kind of like
It's a bit standoffish.
Standoffish, yeah.
a bit like
yeah.
spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't really.
Damn.
Yeah, there's not like many fun names. They're like human names.
Yeah. What's like? Give me
George.
just roll off a couple of them.
Like
Jeffrey.
Ben.
Lila, Eevee, as in like the Pokemon.
Oh, that's
She's
lit. Yeah.
named after the Pokemon.
Are you a Pokemon person or you just like the?
Yeah.
Oh, lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I go through phases, I think, of like playing a lot of Pokemon stuff
Oh,
and then
same
like
as
not
me.
touching everything forever.
Yeah. Well, I haven't
And then
touched
the
it.
new gen came out and I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah,
So
it's
I got
all
back into
bullshit,
everything.
eh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, have you seen any of that shit?
It's just anything.
It's
I'll
literally
be
like
honest.
table poke, like it's a Pokemon that looks like a
Yeah.
table, and they call it Tablemon or something.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
Tablemon.
Yeah, it's just stupid shit. Like
There's some cute ones.
some,
There's
but
some
the
cuties.
majority of them are.
But some I'm like, we're
Yeah.
getting lazy here.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Like I
I think
have
after
a-
But
like
still,
Gen
like,
7,
I'll
they
take,
just should have.
I'll
Yeah.
take whatever Pokemon shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
I
play
love me some
Go?
Pokemon, but yes.
Pokemon Go, yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I remember I was playing Pokemon Go with. No, it wasn't you. It was someone else, and like I played it a lot. But there was this one story where I was walking around my house late at night, catching Pokemon and shit like that, and I just hear a dog barking over a fence.
Oh, no, it was
And-
with me.
It was with you.
Yeah, when we were walking,
Yeah,
walking home
yeah.
from, yes, it
So-
was like a park or some shit, but it was
And
dragged,
there was
yeah.
this dog barking, and I was like, oh fuck! Like it scared me a bit. I was like, oh, it's on the other side of the fence. And when I mean a fence, like
tall, like 6 foot, like 6 foot fence.
Big fence.
Yeah, big fence.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, it fucking leaped over that fence.
How?
We don't know either.
Dogs can't really jump.
Oh, no. That's what we thought. No. Don't you say that.
This dog never skipped leg day.
Was it on a trampoline there?
No. It jumped.
It's gotta be on a trampoline,
It propelled itself.
I don't know. Because we can't see on the other side. It's like one of those big green sheeted ones.
You know how dogs can like climb up walls in a sense?
Can't.
Yeah, no, they
Well,
can't.
this one did. It jumped over the wall.
It just climbs, bro. I don't know how else to explain it. It was just climbing. Like it was.
And we had to sprint back to my house and like just beat it there before.
What kind of dog was this? Like a pit bull?
Nah, what was it?
It was a huge
bigger dog though.
It was bigger.
Clifford the dog shit?
Nah.
Maybe not Clifford. Like honestly, I'd say like Marmaduke size.
Okay.
Yeah,
like a Marmaduke size dog.
Still decent.
Like,
But honestly, kind of no. It was probably like.
I
Great
can't remember
Danes,
what it was.
like cross something.
Yeah, because it was a bit chunky.
Because it was huge, but it was
chunky.
It was huge, but it was built.
It looked like a horse.
Like it hit Jim.
Do you like cats or dogs better?
Dogs.
I'd say dogs.
But you got almost killed by one.
No, so what happened? So it jumped over the fence. So we're playing Pokemon Go, right? It's barking,
You had to run away.
It jumped over the fence and it just stood there. And him and me stood as well.
We stood still. We
and
said,
like,
hey, yo.
What do we do now?
What do we do now?
And we're like, we're going to run to my house and like, don't
No,
look
if
back.
you run, they run after you.
Yeah, but we didn't
know,
want
like,
to
we were
stay
stuck there.
around.
We
We
were
weren't
still
sticking around.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like the dog was standing still. Like he was slowly kind of
Coming
moving towards us.
Anyway.
Because we were on the footpath, like at the front of the property.
So why do you like dogs more than cats then? Cats wouldn't do that. They can't even do that. What are they going to do?
No, I try to pet cats and
There's
they
no
slap
giant
at
cat
me.
that can be like, rawr,
Yeah,
and like,
true.
Have you like seen jaguars
dogs eat
and
babies,
stuff?
bro.
Oh, jaguars.
Yeah,
Dogs
think about like
eat babies, bro.
Think about jaguars and
Dogs eat
like
babies, bro.
Do they actually eat babies?
I don't know if they eat them, but they kill them.
Yeah, it's fucked
but
up.
Dogs kill babies, bro.
But it's the same thing. Like dogs that get abused go on and abuse other things. Same as cats.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you anti-dog though, or you just?
No, I love dogs.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
I want a dog, but I'm a cat woman.
Do they mix well? I don't feel like they'd mix well.
They do, but
They
I just
do. They can.
my cats are too sensitive. I don't want to like upset them.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, there's so many of them, and to just bring
dealing
one
with
dog
two
into
of
the
them
home.
is too much.
Yeah.
But that's just like a side project, you know.
Yeah,
it's
just a
just
side
a
mission of
thing.
life, you know.
It's just like that's like because. I mean, you never know what's going to happen with the world. So basically, like when COVID happened, like I work as a booking and touring agent and I DJ and I put on events and all of this shit. And that's what I want to like be and do internationally or whatever. Sorry. That's what I want to be and do internationally or whatever. But then COVID kind of made me realize that like, what if the world pauses again?
Yeah.
You know, and there's no shows for 6 months again, or like everyone's.
That'd be fucked.
And
It
then
would
what?
be-
There's no
it'd be
income again for
whack.
6 months.
Yeah.
I'm back on. I can't be like on the government all the time. You
Yeah.
know, I need to be able to be self-sufficient.
Independent and stuff. Yeah. Would
People
you-
are always gonna, you know, want to go to cafes and see animals.
Yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that.
Regardless.
So
Yeah.
that's just thinking of, I guess, having a backup plan for like.
Having
If
a little
shit hits the
side
fan
hustle.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
just in case shit hits the fan again, I need to have like a business that can kind of truck shit along.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Would you consider the VR DJ shit again as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be definitely because I love myself like the Metaverse NFT kind of shit, and I reckon there's so much potential with that if you like really.
I don't know much
Go
about
into
it.
it?
I kind of
Yeah.
think I tried to, but I was like,
Well, for you, it's not really. You don't need to. You just need to rock up and do your thing. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
everyone
In the
else around you
Metaverse,
gets
yeah.
it sorted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least that's another avenue potentially for you to at least do something and get some income. You know?
yeah, exactly. I mean, if I knew more about NFTs, there's money in them.
I was
But
gonna say, yeah. When's the next? Or is there a Baessia NFT coming out?
nah, if anyone wants to, what is it?
Run it.
Mint?
Mint them,
Yeah.
mint
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah. They got
Come
the
up with a
terminology.
design. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Come up with it. Tell me how to do it, and we
Let's
can
make
work.
money together.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a pretty good
But yeah,
hustle.
no, I don't know any of that shit. But it seems like people, like kids, are making like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Off that, yeah,
Like
it's
kids,
crazy.
children,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
12-year-olds.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
sorry,
ridiculous.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't
What?
make sense.
of
Yeah.
a gorilla, gorilla cartoon,
Of a little fucking gorilla.
Yeah.
of a gorilla cartoon. You're
Yeah.
telling me.
No, my favorite one is like everyone just says
I
like,
did HSC art
why
for
is it
what?
why is it worth so much if you can screenshot it? Like at the end of the day, just screenshot it.
It's not like
we
that.
all have the same profile
It's
picture.
not like that.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
save it.
Just save it. Yeah,
can't.
save.
How you gonna know?
Save as
You can,
PDF.
you
How are you
No,
gonna
no,
know
just
if
save
I
as
bought
PDF.
it or not for money? Like,
Yeah.
No, I can't.
did you
Can't
spend
get into
$100K on it? That sucks because I just right click and
Sucks for
save
you.
link as.
Sucks for you.
No,
That's too
that's not how it
good.
works.
That's why I think that, like, I reckon NFTs and everything's cool and everything, but and I mean this with no offense.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't take it.
But I don't know if it's going to last. I am a very much so a traditional art person. I love owning art. I'm an art hoe. I'm an art hoe. I love art. I did HSE art. It's just a lot of, I grew up learning about different artists and art history and shit like that. I like the back end of it and not just like actually making it.
Yeah.
I like deciphering what different pieces mean and shit and different interpretations.
Yeah.
And I'm very much so, I guess I really appreciate the digital world for art and that there's more avenues for artists to have their platform and everything. But I don't know how that's going to last next to, you know, something like a Picasso piece or, you know,
100%.
like an actual physical, like, masterpiece is, like, different to owning an NFT masterpiece, I think, you know?
I don't think we'll ever get to the kind of prestigious levels of Picasso and older, like, traditional paintings with current form art.
I mean,
simply because it's less.
There is in like some art and some artists and some pop artists especially like there's some amazing pop artists these days that still just make physical art and are now just delving into the NFT world, but you know, they do art and stuff. There's like the Broad Museum in LA, there's MoCA, like Museum of Contemporary Art. There's all these museums are filled with like not just old art, but new artist shit too. Yeah. There's Takashi Murakami.
Yeah.
You know, there's the Infinity Walls and shit, which is those touring exhibitions of like the Infinity Mirror rooms and different shit like that.
Yeah.
So like that's all physical art, you know?
I suppose,
Well, for art,
that's
100%.
all shit you have to go see in person.
No.
The Van Gogh tours that they did with like the exhibition and it was all immersive and shit. That toured the world, you know? That's a physical thing you have to go experience.
For art, I'm completely on your wave. I agree with you. But like the fact with NFTs, it's more than art. Like for instance...
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's more than art. Like there's use cases to them where that makes a difference. You know what I mean? Like art is just art, for instance. And I love and appreciate art exactly how you're saying it is.
Yeah.
But if you want to use the full functionality of what an NFT can be, there's so much good to it as well.
I mean, if I had the money to blow, I'm sure I'd buy NFTs, you know? But like in like the current world and like in, you know, just trying to be like a sensible human and shit, I guess.
Because it's a risk as well. It's not like a
when
guaranteed
I do spend money on art, it's got to be like a physical piece that I can get framed and hang on the wall. Like either an original or a copy direct from the artist or something, you know? And I've got art in tubes and I hope to inherit art off my family one day and shit. But that was like but NFTs are a totally different world though, you know? But I just, in the art respect, it's just, I think, a bit shitty that you can just, I guess, right click and save. And that sucks for the artists too. And then the people that are buying it and spending all that money.
Yeah, it is a bit of
like a little slap
time.
in the face.
It's like everyone has this now.
Can't they code something in to disable that?
Well, so what it is, right? So for instance, you can hypothetically, like you said, right click, save it, all that. But like there's a thing called the blockchain, and what that, like, I'm just gonna dumb it down for everyone. Is that like it literally just says on a network you own X, you know what I mean, and no one can disprove it. So hypothetically, like I said, and you were saying, everyone could right click it, show they have it, but if you know,
but the
like
blockchain proves it.
Yeah, the blockchain exactly proves
that.
it. Yeah, but like on the general consensus and looking at things, no one else knows it unless you know that.
Exactly, because the general public's not all in the metaverse.
Exactly, and that's what that's what like the issue is. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
a fun time.
If you know, you know, because you know.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you know, you know world right now. It's the if you know, you know world right now. But that's the way with a lot of things. And you know, like if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you're just oblivious to it.
Basically, it's I have like some crypto coin, like some.
I dabbled in a bit of crypto.
I've dabbled in it. I like buy shit here and there sometimes and like have it like just building or whatever.
Do it thing.
And like I've looked into some NFT pieces that I've been like, oh, this is cool.
Look pretty cool.
That have been like collab drops or whatever with like an artist or a brand or whatever. Like there's this pop artist that I really like called Nick Tom.
Yeah.
He's an Aussie artist that's like now based out in LA. I think he's back in Australia at the moment.
Yeah.
But his work's beautiful.
Yeah.
He does murals and like pieces around the world and also commissions a lot for like big celebrities and shit. Like his work's really nice, and he also like I think he collabed with, I don't know if it was Birkin directly, but they were like digital Birkin bags with like artists' work on them.
Yeah,
in collab, and they were like released in collab with Birkin, and basically he had a few of them on there.
Yeah,
and they were beautiful.
Yeah, right.
And like I love I love art and I love fashion.
Yeah.
And I guess that was
The
just
collab was just
and the metaverse is a beautiful space for that collaboration also, which is something that I love NFTs for.
Yeah.
The way that it's like a great space for like endless collaboration and creativity, like that's really cool to me.
Yeah.
That's something I'd spend money on.
Yeah,
like
some funky like that.
Yeah, but I don't know if it. But then I see like some kid making like 600K off like a car drawing or some shit, and I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? How does it all work?
How does A from A go to B? Like, how does that happen?
I feel like there's not a lot of consistency with like pricing
like,
on a lot of things.
Hypothetically as well.
Hype.
We can say but hypothetically as well, we could say the same for physical art. You know what I mean? Like who puts value to what? You know what I mean? It's all,
I suppose
it's literally
the artists or auction houses.
Yeah, but like who like Van Gogh, like that painting he did. In that one painting. In that universe though, in another universe, you could say no one gave a fuck about it, and Van Gogh is no one in history. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, a lot of artists' work wasn't really given a fuck about until they died.
Yeah, later on.
Or later on in their lives or whatever. And now it's in museums, and now they're like, great Renaissance artists to us, but maybe back in their day they were just some crazy person, or like the local artist that no one really gave a fuck about.
And I'm sure there's so many more of them that no one knows about to this day. And there's some now that we obviously know of. But what I'm trying to say is like the reason we know of them is because humans have put value into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And it's the same thing with like any form of art or NFT. It's like if someone wants to put their value into, like, if someone, like this shitty car, for instance, we're talking about hypothetically, if some billionaire...
hypothetical shitty car drawing.
Imagine some billionaire just had that much money and he's like, you know what, that means something to me, I'm going to pay $600,000 to it.
And they could.
And they could, exactly. But someone could just
It couldn't be me.
That's nah. I would never.
It ain't me, but someone out there might just have the
me.
money to say, hey, we're just going to spend it.
That's not me, but go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the disposable income and I saw something that I was like,
fuck it.
That's cool.
Then
that's cool.
why not? If you're a multi-fucking whatever
billionaire,
whatever you want to be,
trillionaire,
then I don't care. 100,000 millionaire. I don't give a fuck how you spend your money.
It's like cash. Drop it on it.
I mean, as long as I got some in the bank, I'm good.
Yes, we'll get on some Insta questions though. So I did pose for people in the audience. Thank you for your involvement.
Thank you.
Your audience, our audience, collaborated.
Thanks for the questions.
The whole team. A whole bunch of questions.
The whole team got together.
Oh shit. Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into them. So we got the first one here from Sun Prophet. Shout out. I don't know who you are, but shout out.
Shout out.
What do you hope to accomplish with your career? Pretty big question. Eh?
That's a good question.
That's deep.
Fuck. All right. Okay. Hey, Evan. All right. Going off. Okay. So, I really want to. I mean, I really want to take it on an international level.
Yeah.
I want to do booking and touring on an international scale. I want to see the artists that I work with, like headlining big festivals around the world, making an impact. I don't necessarily want to be the person on stage. I've always loved being behind the scenes. I love DJing, so obviously, that's also something I want to do while I'm doing that. But my career goals are, and have always been to, see my work on the big stage, on like headline or whatever. And not just my work, but like people I believe in. And artists that I really believe in and want to work with. So that's my goal. Taking that and living overseas, America, Europe, UK. But just getting, that,
Yeah, no, nice. That's pretty good summated.
Yeah, no. I thought you might struggle with that question. I would have struggled with that question.
Yeah.
You smashed it.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty spot on.
Yeah, well, you pretty much answered someone else's question, which was similar. Nazmi, he just asked, where do you want to be in the industry and over the next few years? But you pretty much just.
I mean, over the next few years, I feel is different. Because I'm really enjoying DJing a lot at the moment. And like I'm getting kind of more into that while I'm also working as a booking and touring agent, and shit's picking back up again. So the next few years is like a really critical time to get busy. Basically, in regards to. Not just like agent work and working with my artists, but also DJing, putting my events back on again, putting on parties again, bringing brands back, that I used to work with or whatever. Resurging. I want to bring trap music back to Sydney. And I'm not talking about rap trap. I'm talking about like producer trap, like, and not like rhythm.
Like trap beats, you mean?
But like beats, like Carmack, Monty Booker, like selection shit. Like I want to, but like on a deeper level too. I just want to the next few years kind of like grow that all back up And yeah, I mean, career shit is always worked on alongside that, and it all works into itself.
Yeah.
One day, what I'm currently trying to work on is kind of building some events up to be based off their own brand kind of thing. So you know how you've got like your Places and Faces,
Right.
your selection parties, these parties that kind of just tour the world.
Yeah.
And they just tour the world with whatever the fuck lineup.
Yeah, yeah.
And the artists that are big from that city will pull up and do a surprise performance or just show out or whatever. And it doesn't matter where they are, but it'll always kind of pop off.
Be a good party,
yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like my focus kind of, and it's nice seeing that that's already happening in Sydney.
Yeah.
There's a lot of brands that are building back on the culture, and it's a really, really critical time in the world right now for everyone to like get their city back on top.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm focusing on for the next few years.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Oh, sick.
Sydney, like obviously I'm going to move international and shit, but you know, I was talking to my boss at Audio Packs about this today. I was like, I want to move to America for a bit, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to still be working in Sydney, you know? Like everything's remote now anyway. Look how COVID proved. Everyone works from home.
Yeah.
Everyone can do it remotely.
I don't need to be on the ground to be doing shit. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No,
Sydney.
sweet.
That's a good time.
Another question here from TR. Your hair is pretty normal, I guess to say. I wouldn't call it like...
Now it is.
Yeah, but you had some fancy hairstyles.
I have, yeah.
She's like, what's your inspo for your hair? And also on a side note, do you have like a favourite song or artist of all time?
Of all time, damn.
Yeah.
Inspo for my hair. My first high school breakup, I dyed my hair red.
Nice.
Fucking
like bright red or
no,
like
dark red.
Dark red,
dumb,
damn.
bro. So
Okay,
dumb.
yeah,
That
yeah.
fucked my hair up so
Yeah,
bad.
damn.
Because I had like kind of light brown and it kind of went blonde in the summertime. Like it was like nice natural hair.
Yep.
But I fucked it up.
Is this natural now though?
This
Looks
is
good.
more so natural.
Yeah.
It looks
This is more natural. This is as natural as it's been in a long time. Let me just.
There we go. Kicking it.
You've done well.
I'm just gonna put that back on. But it's more natural than it's been in like fucking 7 or plus years. But
Yeah.
yeah, basically, it just kind of went from the red hair. I fucked it up.
Yep.
From there, I had to strip my hair to get the color out. So I had to like strip it down, and then from there, I tried to go back to brown.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like the right. It wasn't my shade of brown. It wasn't like my color.
Yeah.
And then I bleached it.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Yeah, it's sounding rough.
It just became like a bunch of years at bleach jobs, home dye jobs. But I've been like purple, pink, green, yellow, like red. Like I've been every color.
Yeah.
All the
hairs.
colours of the rainbow. Yeah.
Blues, yeah. I've done like multicolor shit.
Yeah.
I love playing with my hair, but at the moment I'm in my grown woman shit, and it's sexy grown time.
Yeah.
So we're with our natural hair. It's a bit ratchet today, but yeah, we're letting her get back to her healthy self.
Tiger Lily, she obviously has blue hair. It's
She
not
got wigs
actually
now.
her. Yeah, it's wigs now.
She moved on to wigs. So
yeah.
someone
Maybe
was
that's something
telling
you
me
can
to
try.
do that.
Yeah,
Everyone was
try
telling me,
the
they were like,
wigs.
why don't you go back to your colourful hair? But I'm like, I don't want my whole brand to be my hair though, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know,
fair. Yeah,
because
yeah.
also the thing is, I'm all about the fits too. Like I really like I have a shopping problem.
Yeah, right.
So I shop a lot.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that's a
I like
problem.
putting on nice little fire fit skis, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I like
Looking
feeling
fresh,
what I'm
looking
wearing.
fire,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like I have my own individual style. And when I had colourful hair, I kind of had to dress for my hair.
Yeah.
So like if I had
Yeah,
bright
that
yellow
makes
hair,
sense.
I couldn't wear something that clashed with it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had pink hair, I couldn't really. When I had blue hair, like it didn't really look good when I wore
Yeah.
black clothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit like that.
Well, I guess the
So,
wigs could make it work out like that if you were to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of money though.
Is it actually?
Yeah, wigs are expensive.
Oh,
man.
I feel like
damn.
good wigs at least.
Oh yeah,
anyways,
I'm not trying to look ratchet. Like good
Oh.
wigs are expensive.
Damn, I didn't know
Tiger
that.
Lily can do that. She's boss ass bitch.
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't
She's
know that
running
was
shit,
a big
yeah.
Shout out
expensive
Tiger
wigs.
Lily.
Yeah.
So, but no, I can't afford to live that wig life right now, and I'm
Yeah,
not
fair
going to
enough.
keep doing that to my hair.
Yeah.
Favorite artist? Fuck, I've had a lot. I would say someone that I cannot stop going back to is Smino.
Who's that? Sorry for my ignorance.
Oh, she's
Smino,
pressed.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Smino
my
is a
bad.
rapper
Yeah.
from America.
Yeah.
Are they like, sorry, like this doesn't classify how good they are as an artist, but are they well known or are they?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's
Okay.
toured here a few times.
Yeah,
I
fair
think he's
enough.
well known.
Yeah.
He's so fucking good. What do
I'll
you
give him
mean?
a look after this podcast. I've
Yeah.
never heard the name
Yeah.
Smino's
before.
one of my favorites. I think he's always going to stay one of my favorites.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my favorite artist was Lil Wayne, and my first album was Speakerbox The Love Below by Outkast.
Yeah.
And then obviously I had Beyonce's Beyonce album, and Lil Wayne has always been one of my favorite rappers, and T.I.
Oh, T.I., yeah, fuck with T.I.
Has always been one of my favorites. Yeah. And then I think like producer-wise, wow, that's hard. Nah, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah, you can't, it's too hard,
There's too
hard.
many people
There's
to
too
list.
many people, and there's people that I've worked with and shit that I also like have idolized for so long. Yeah.
No, fair enough. We'll take that.
I feel like it rotates. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Right now,
Depends what mood you're in.
Smino.
The guy.
I'm trying to get myself like one of those fucking Zero Fatigue hoodies. I didn't have the money when they came out, but now I do.
Is that his brand?
If anyone's selling a Zero Fatigue hoodie, hit me up.
I reckon they'd be expensive.
I will pay.
I'll pay.
I'll trade you shit. I have shit. Let's go.
Another question here is Z Pluto. He asked, "What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen whilst DJing?" Have you seen some pretty crazy shit?
Yeah, I mean, I used to DJ. I've DJed at like some festivals and stuff, and like
Yeah.
after parties and shit.
I feel like the after parties where you see some of the more weird shit, right?
Yeah, I've seen
More of
some
an
weird
intimate
shit at
group.
after parties.
Yeah,
The weirdest thing I've seen while DJing. I'm not gonna get into the weirdest, but just the most like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, jump straight to that. Yeah.
It was like mid-COVID. And it was like when the restrictions were on and we weren't allowed to be dancing and everyone was sitting. But I was DJing this event and it was like prohibition vibes. Like the doors were closed and the windows were shut. And we were just getting down. But it was like COVID safe, but they were just kind of like making sure like, you know, they were just like watching and everyone had their masks on and shit. But the security were like, sit down. But then people would stand up and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it was getting a little, you know. And there was some like ratchet shit going down in there. And then I was just DJing and some girl came up and I was literally, and this is like mid COVID, so this is just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But she just came up while I was mixing and took my vape, like from the decks, because I always have my vape with me. I literally vape while I DJ. Like, I'm sorry to the venues, I don't do it while I DJ in your venues. I don't.
No.
I don't. I go outside.
Yeah.
But she took my vape at this venue actually, and she smoked it right in front of me, like mid COVID, and then she was like all sniffly and shit, and then she like handed it back to me, and I was like, no, baby, like you can keep that. Thank you.
Cheers.
That's a lame one, but. I'm not gonna get into like after party shit and stuff like that.
Why?
Because
is it private? More private?
It's just more private and like people. Yeah, like I. You can edit this out.
Okay. Yeah.
But in my younger years, I was DJing at some pretty like big opportunities and like ending up at afters with like some pretty like well-known names on like an international scale, maybe also, and like. To the extent of like seeing people like fuck on the balcony and shit like that while I'm like DJing inside or like or you know like feeding you like while you're like mixing and shit like that. So I don't really like know if I can put that on the podcast or anything.
No, that's very fair.
But
we can figure it out after.
We'll see. You can maybe edit that. See how you can cut and chop it. I didn't say names.
No, there's no names. That's why it's fine.
But those who were there know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
That's the running thing for this podcast.
I know who it was.
That's all it is. If you know,
just
you
needs
know.
to stay with you and we're fine.
And whoever was there.
Another question here, Danielle Rose. She goes, thoughts on how female DJs are treated differently to males? Is there bias?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Let's get into it. I just hate the whole female DJ thing. Like, we're just DJs.
You sort of touched on it a bit earlier as well.
I was trying to. So we're just DJs at the end of the day, and I hate that there's not. I really appreciate when people do try to go to the effort of like keeping their lineups equal and shit like that. But at the same time, I hate that that's become such a thing. That we have to focus on, because at the end of the day, we're all just DJs.
At the end of the day,
but then when I am there, I do get treated differently. You know. So it's also the fact that I have seen so many male DJs who are on so many lineups, and I'm gonna say this straight to the camera because I don't give a fuck. So many male DJs who are on so many lineups in the scene, and they can't mix for shit, and they don't care to learn, and they just have their friends MC over while they're not mixing, and it's like, bro, like, if you're not going to give a fuck, why are you taking the ops from people who do give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know? And that's just how I feel about that. I feel like I've had people like touch my shit while I'm DJing.
Yeah.
But it's just about being in safer spaces and spaces where people don't do that. And also just standing your ground, which is something that I'm learning to do a lot more now too as I'm getting busier. Just telling people to fuck off.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically, yeah. I'll just be like, get the fuck out the booth.
Yeah, people need to learn sometimes.
Basically, but there is a difference about it. And sometimes you do kind of just feel like the token female.
Yeah.
And that sucks. But
yeah.
What do you reckon could help? Like, you're the one that's experiencing this. What do you reckon could help?
There's a lot of safe spaces as a female DJ and as a non-binary or LGBTQIA DJ in the community too, you know? Like, there's so much that's just, like, femme-dominated or, like, you know, like, gay-owned now, which is making shit so much more of a safer space. But it's just annoying that it has to be that way. Because I'm a hip-hop DJ, and I'm going to get straight into it. You know, like, hip-hop and rap events can be a little uncomfortable as a female sometimes.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
And it gets aggressive in there, you know? And I got to play for the crowd, so I'm playing to a predominantly male crowd, but I listen to female rap a lot. So, like, I wish that females could dominate the space like that too, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like Australia is a bit behind on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like we'll catch up. I hope we'll fucking catch up soon. But, you know, like, you see how many, like, huge spaces there are for female artists, and not just DJs, but, like, artists in every respect internationally, and how big they are. I feel like we've still kind of got, like, a long way to go over here with that.
I feel like there is a bit of a hole in the sense of, like, a young female artist from Australia. I can't really think of any that come to mind in the sense that are coming up
and that
are blowing
makes me
up
mad,
massively.
you know, because like I know so many local acts and people who are like who deserve to be on that level, you know. And then we've got people who are doing, you know, remixes for you know, international acts and shit. Like Rico Nasty has a remix that's got like Barker and some other people on it, but still that's not as big as it should be. You know, like I feel like we've still got a long way to go in that respect. But we'll get there. Like I hope we'll get there. I'm gonna keep pushing for it, and that's why I'm gonna keep that's why I always take those ops. You know, even if I'm the only girl on the lineup, I'm gonna say my piece to the people and be like, why am I the only girl on the lineup? But I'm still gonna take the gig, because what else am I gonna do except try and make that space for the girls? You know, like. I'm going to still try and make that space, because I always shout when I get up. I'm sure if you've seen me DJ at Range, you may have heard me get on the mic sometimes and say, girls to the front. Like, let me see the ladies to the front. Because I want to throw down female rap shit. And I want the boys have been moshing all night. Let's see the girls throw down. You know? So trying to make that space back. Take that.
And, like, obviously there's industry issues with that, but there's also a general world issue with that as well, in regards I'm maybe not phrasing myself correctly, but like what you're trying to get at, right? Like there's some very masculine males, I guess, that don't really like, they're not open-minded to just the idea of just you doing you know what I mean? Which is fucking shit, you know what I mean?
Already about like what a female in the industry is.
Exactly, which is fucking shit, you know what I mean?
If you haven't noticed, like females have to work 100 times harder in the industry. So let me just put it to you this way, all right? What male rapper do you know has a music video where he's got like 4 outfit changes, like teams of twerk girls and choreographed dancing, different hair, makeup, fits, like nonstop. Everything's like the amount of effort and work that goes into that. And then you have the next person's video, which is usually just dudes rapping in front of cars or with bitches in a mansion. You know, like, it's
guys
the same.
love a car park music video.
It's the same shit over and over. Or like hot girls in a pool, or like in a mansion at a party. Like, it's the same,
or something like
it's
that.
the same thing over and over. And then you see like the production value that these like female or female identifying or other people are putting into their work, and it's a lot more. And that's not even just the people that are putting out music, but that's even as a DJ. You know, like, we have our brand's how we look. You know, what male DJ
has to worry about
that, you know, like,
not at all.
the fact that like, oh, what's the inspo for your hair is like one of the questions, is kind of a part of it. You know, like,
it's very fair,
it's all like, that shouldn't be. I should be able to like rock out no hair, no makeup,
and
like
do your thing.
do my thing
Well,
and still be booked on every fucking lineup. But you see girls show out with their hair and makeup done and all this shit. Like, we don't have to, obviously.
But it helps.
It
Realistically,
helps.
at the
And
end
it's
of the
annoying
day,
that
like,
we have to go so much harder to get that, you know?
But like I said to you before you came in on the way here, the reason you're here today is because your shit just fucking slapped. I didn't even look at you. This is the reason you're here is because I'm on the DJ floor, and I'm going hard.
He's
I'm
on the dance floor
vibing so hard, and I turn it like I don't even know you're on stage. I'm just vibing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit goes fucking crazy. I was like, who's this? And I turn around. I saw it was you up there. I'm like, this shit's fucking lit. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
I love that feeling though when like I see someone turn around and be like, hey. They don't realize it's just some chick on the decks. And I love that effect at the same time because I'm like, yeah, you thought it was going to be one of your boys or some shit.
It's a mind
but it's me. That's why I'm just trying to take that space back. I was so open with
it. I was like, fuck yeah. Like, it's a girl going crazy right now.
She's going dumb on the decks.
Fuck with that so much. Because like you said, the industry doesn't have that many girl DJs on the set. So when I've been out to these places, tend to not.
I
see
like
any.
my rap shit, you know. There's a lot of DJs that there's a lot of different styles of hip hop and shit, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
And like, if I could, I'd throw down a whole Dirty South, fucking, you know, early 2000s, 90s set, an event, you know. If I could, I'd throw down like a whole slime kind of thing, you know, or like a whole drill thing, like. I like that shit.
Yeah.
But there's not. You have to
really
work
the
so
time
much
and place.
harder to get those ops here as a female.
Yeah.
And those ops so quickly go to the men in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
You know?
the more dominant ones in the industry, in the sense where they've already got
Which is fine, and everyone deserves their flowers. But at the same time, yeah,
everyone should get their equal opportunity.
yeah, everyone should get their ops, and it shouldn't be such a hustle for some. For some people,
everyone's trying to compete for that top spot.
But for females, it's just very much so like a hustle appearance wise, and I think it's getting there for males in some respect because you've got sponsorships and like branding and shit, and you know, obviously like collabs with like JD Sports and shit like that and stuff like that. So it's getting there for everyone, but it's still so much more for females, you know? Like my friend Mowgli, for example, her whole look is the whole pink hair DJ thing, you know? So everyone knows her by her whole aesthetic, you know? And that I'm sure that can get annoying at points, you know? I don't know, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
At points you'd be like, I don't know, but maybe.
You never know.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that was good actually. I'm happy you heard Danielle. Shout out Danielle for bringing
Shout out
that up.
Danielle. She's a female in the industry too.
Oh, lit.
Shout out
She's
Danielle.
working hard, yeah. So shout out Danielle. She's a boss bitch.
We have another question here. A couple more to riff off. Sim.een. She goes, who is your style inspo? Do you have a style inspo?
I think no.
No?
I just kind of buy what I like and I wear it.
Yeah, you
and I
just
put
fuck
them
with
together.
it. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. My cupboard's large. I just
Large.
Yeah.
I just I don't really have an inspo per se. I just kind of like buy what I like and make
Fuck
it
with
work. Yeah.
But like in general though, where does that all start from and come from? You know what I mean? Did you have
Rave culture.
Yeah, rave culture. There we go.
100%.
Yeah.
My inspo came from the comfortability in American rave culture and to like dress whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Because when I was
there's
like,
some crazy fits in.
yeah,
all those kind
and
of
like
shit.
when I was younger in Sydney, even when I used to go to World Bar back in the Side Chains days.
Yeah,
like I
right.
don't know if anyone, do you guys know Side Chains? You're probably too young.
Yeah.
Shout out Side Chains, shout out Denzel, and shout out Side Chains. But back in the Side Chains days, Sydney was at a place where there was like almost this internet culture where people were just expressing themselves through clothing.
Yeah, right.
And that was a really big window for me to express myself through clothing. I had, light up shoes and like all this different shit. Like I'm 30 and I'm wearing anime jeans, you know, so
It's lit. It's lit.
it's lit,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's just about expression through clothing, and that's a lot of Side Chains. That's a lot of rave culture from America.
Yeah.
And just a lot of inspo from, I guess, traveling and seeing people express themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that's how I express myself a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm a person not big on fashion. No, it's not like I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like to me, like shoes
it is
and
what
everything.
it is.
For me, it's just comfortability. But I know there's so many people that.
I'm comfortable.
Oh well, yeah, I'm
but I
sure
look
you
fly.
are. Yeah, you look fly at the same time. Yeah, but like I've just never myself understood it. It's not like I hate it. I'm open-minded, get it, but like
it's just something that I think came on a lot when I was younger. My inspo was just kind of expressing myself through clothing.
Yeah.
And especially because I had like a bit of a weird family life or whatever, so that was just kind of where I felt comfortable.
I'd like to be honest, like have a style, but I don't really like know where to start, what to do.
You just buy what you like.
Yeah, I guess. Hey,
you just gotta see if you like something and you really want it.
Yeah, you just
buy
it.
Buy it.
Just say fuck it.
Can't afford it.
Yeah.
Afterpay it.
Yeah.
Afterpay it.
Afterpay sponsor me.
The plug.
That's funny. We have one person who's asked 2 questions here. So first one from her, Sim Rooney. Sim Muri. Oh, Sim Muri, I think.
Sim,
Yeah. Favorite gig you've ever done first? And the second one is, what do you suggest for beginners getting into the scene?
I miss Secret Garden Festival.
What is that?
Shout out Secret Garden Festival. I miss you so much. Come back.
Where's that
Secret
based?
Garden Festival was an amazing festival run on a farm in New South Wales. It was huge. It sold out every year.
Damn. Like a bush doof?
Bush Doofy vibes, like kind of like a hybrid of like Bush Doof and Festival.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
But so I was put on by Mutka, who's like my DJ mum. Shout out Mutka, D. I love you and I miss you and I hope that America, when you move there, is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
She's making the move.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so Mutka curated a stage at Secret Garden Festival and would put on DJs, so female, non-binary, LGBTQIA identifying DJs. That was our stage. It was her stage to put on the DJs.
Yeah.
And those events were my favorite. DJing at Secret Garden Festival was DJing to a packed out festival, and then it's a mixed crowd of like festival goers and bush stuff. So everyone's there to vibe. They don't give a fuck who's on stage.
Yeah.
I was playing Jack Harlow Sundown, like 4 or 5 years ago at Secret Garden Festival. When it first came out, I was playing Tay Money, Trapper's Delight like fucking. But then I was mixing into like Me Too's Spice Girls Wannabe rave like edit, and it's just like such a vibe.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where I actually got a lot of opportunities too, because Mutka would put me on as a baby DJ each year on that lineup. And you meet a lot of people there.
Yeah, for sure.
And
make a few
lot of
friends
people see your set there.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, I saw you DJ here. I want to put you on or whatever. So definitely Secret Garden Festival.
Yeah.
I really miss that place.
Yeah.
Probably one of my
good.
favorite festivals from Australia, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a different place.
Why did it stop out of curiosity? Because of COVID? Or?
I think a mix of like COVID and funny. It was like a family-owned farm that it was on. So it was like a private festival. It's really low-key.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot to put on for someone.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
I don't fully know why it all together stopped, but I miss it.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. And just a second question here to wrap it up. What do you suggest for beginners getting into the scene? Maybe specifically a girl as well. Like, let's say you're a girl coming into the scene.
Yeah, just be open and receiving. Be confident in yourself, like hold your own. But just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But don't wear your heart on your sleeve, especially as a female in the scene. Like it's a hard world out there. You got to be tough, especially in Sydney and especially in the music industry. But you just got to go for it. I've always said that if you want it, go get it.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into the music industry, and that's how I got into artist management when I was younger. I used to do artist management. I just started messaging artists that I wanted to work with. And I went from there, and I worked with some amazing producers and had like a great career through that, and went from there into bookings work and events and shit like that. So it's just about going for what you want with confidence. Yeah. And
for sure.
That's it. If you fail, pick yourself back up.
Well, failing's inevitable. It's about getting back up and doing it again,
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
All part of the game. And if you feel demotivated, everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through that. You just got to find your groove again.
Yeah. And pick
get
back up.
to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay productive.
Oh, well, fucking, what a podcast.
What a great
I
time.
was really excited to have you on because you have experience compared to like
some other
guests we have. No disrespect to them, but like they're literally our age, 21, 23. You know what I mean? They haven't lived as much life, you know what I mean? And you're not old. Sorry, I'm not trying to call you old.
I feel like there's so much we still haven't touched on, but
Yeah, there's so much. We could sit here for so long and talk about so much shit.
I mean, that just means you'll have to come back on.
Yeah, another time.
It's a long life I've lived. Been on these streets.
But like,
just been out here.
That's why I was happy to have you on, because we have more much more shit to talk about and go on about. And you've been great to have on as well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, no worries. We have some people walking by. Hello.
Hi.
The whole team.
Hello. But yeah, thank you, audience, for watching and listening. Thank you, Baessia, for coming on. We
Thanks for having me, guys.
Do you want to plug yourself before we finish?
Oh yeah, at Baessia, Baessiaa. Just put it down here.
On Insta,
at Baessia on Instagram. My SoundCloud is also at Baessia.
Yeah, you got some mixes on there.
I'm also on Baessia on. No, I think I'm busy. I'm busy on Facebook.
Yeah.
But it's all linked in my bio on Instagram. Free Souls, they're the boys popping out this year. I work as their booking agent, so keep your eye out for Free Souls coming out. The EP. One Lane shout out audio packs. That's me.
Sweet. Well, all this stuff be in the description down below. It'll all be there. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever you're listening or viewing on.
Yes, sir.
And Frequencies will be returning this year, so look out. Frequencies is coming back. So gang. The parties are up. Let's go.
Everything's popping.
Yeah, we love this. Yeah.
Let's go.
But yeah, thank you guys, and we'll be out.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Gotcha.
Gang.
Bye.